Hello everyone, Deyn here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for Birds of Prey number 5. This is a new book from DC Comics. Let's talk about the creative team before we get into this comic book. This book is written by Thompson with art by Arist, Deyn, a new artist that I'm not familiar with their work. Letters by Clayton, Cowles. In this issue, can the birds and the Amazons save Sin? As the birds and the Amazons doubled their efforts in fighting Megara, Dinah and Sin take the battle inside. Quite literally, the battle for the fate of Sin has now truly begun, and it is something not everyone is gonna walk away from. Yeah, the stakes are very, very high now. Let me start with my one gripe, and this is more of a gripe with the comics industry, as it's really not so much about this book. Uh, we don't have interiors by Leonardo Romero here, who is been the main artist on the book, um, and it's just very different. Like I really like the art. I think the art is fantastic in this book, but it's so different. It's very jarring. Like to go into this issue, especially if you were reading this as a collection, you might be wondering if they've been transported to a different dimension or whatever the case may be. So that really took me by surprise. And like I said, this is not against the artist either. We don't want to overwork the artist. We don't. It's my gripe with just monthly comics, really, right? Because the reason you need a fill-in artist is because there's not enough time to get these comics done in time to turn them in before those deadlines. That being said, I quite enjoyed this issue. I really, really like. I would have rather have waited, a month or two. Like we had 3 issues in the bank, like, and but that's probably a larger conversation. So, either way, this issue continues to just be incredible. Like this story has been so much fun putting this team together, trying to get them to rescue Sin, and then revealing, that we have this Megara entity, for now I'll call it that, that is kind of controlling everything and wants a new host, a new body, which is where Sin kind of comes in. This issue focuses a lot on Sin and Dinah working together, which is really fun to see because I've never seen them work together. But also in the periphery, you have the rest of the team trying to stay alive, really, and trying to fight this giant evil while they figure out what the best course of action is. So now, as I mentioned, the art is still fantastic. Like I really love how it's just very different from Leonardo Romero's, which is the jarring part. But the art is fantastic. I love the character designs. I think they look very dynamic and stylized. It's a very different style from Romero, but I think Deyn just does a really good job at capturing the essence of these characters. As a matter of fact, if there was a second arc to this book, I wouldn't mind if it was this artist who kind of took the reins while Romero did something else, or maybe did worked on a different arc, whatever the case may be. So, very cool. Like I love the fights. I love the paneling sequences here. I just we get to see each character a little bit of a highlight of them kicking ass, which is always very cool. And then also we have these color washes too. Especially, I really like when Celit, it's kind of like on her own. She's one of the most surprising characters that I didn't know much about before going into this. So I really appreciate that she's getting a little bit of a highlight as we kind of go through all this stuff. So this was, like I said, a great issue. My only gripe is really with more of the release schedule of monthly comics overall. It has nothing to do with the quality of this specific issue. So yeah, I think, like I said, if you're reading this in a trade, I think you're going to turn the page and wonder what the heck happened, right? So, but overall, enjoy the book. So if you have read this, let me know what you thought about this down in the comments. I'll definitely look for more art by Deyn, because, like I said, I think their work is fantastic, and it really fits these characters. It just doesn't it feel like it fit in the story that I was reading from last month. So, as always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.